If you're an immigrant or an international student residing in the United Kingdom and you are seeking to apply for a Schengen visa to enter any of the Schengen states, then this video is for you. Hello fam, good to have you back on the channel. You are welcome if this is your first time here, and if you care to join the family, please click on the subscribe button and do not forget to turn on your notifications so that you get notified anytime we come online to share some good news like this. In today's video, we'll be talking about how to apply for a Schengen visa if you're an immigrant or an international student residing in the United Kingdom. Now, if you're an immigrant or an international student residing in the United Kingdom and you have a biometric residence permit, you can apply for the Schengen visa to enter any Schengen member states. The Schengen area consists of 27 different countries, 23 of which are part of the European Union. The remaining 4 are non-EU countries. There is news that Romania and Bulgaria will be joining the Schengen member states very soon, with effect from 31st March 2024. And there's also news that Cyprus has also commenced the procedure for joining the Schengen area, and they started the procedure already by January 2024. Probably by the end of this year or by beginning of next year, they should have rounded up the proceedings to join the Schengen member area. So by March, we should be having 29 countries in the Schengen area. So I'm going to be talking you through the entire application process, step-by-step guide on how you can apply for your Schengen visa. When I applied sometime last year, around August, September, I applied through Spain. I had already started applications through the Netherlands, and I've forgotten which other country. I think I made 2 applications before I decided to go with Spain. The issue then was there was no dates for appointments for biometrics. It was crazy. Like, I know I started like hunting for dates around summer, and that's the wrongest time to look for dates. There was no date, so I kept checking and checking and checking. Lastly, I had to switch to Spain and finally got a date, although I had to pay for premium, which we'll talk about later in the video. So I applied from Spain, but you can apply from any of the Schengen states. The visa that you're going to be getting will allow you access into the 27 Schengen states. The most important thing is that you will enter through the country you applied from. So for example, if you applied from Spain like I did, you have to enter the Schengen area via Spain. So you cannot collect the visa from Spain and then now going through Netherlands. So you have to go in through Spain and then navigate your way through the other states. You can leave from whichever country, but you must enter from the host country that gave you the visa. Before I talk you through the application process, let's have a quick look at what documents you will need to apply for a Schengen visa. Now, aside the application form which you're going to fill to apply for this visa, the rest of the things you would need are a recent colored passport with white background. Now, you don't have to bother about, because like there are dimensions to this kind of pictures, like it's a passport photograph, so to speak, but it's just not normal passport that you take. There are dimensions on the website, which I will show you later on when we are doing the application process. But this service is offered by the Spain BLS. It costs just £10, so you don't have to worry about taking a passport. If you can do that, fine, but if not, just go with £10 when you're going for your biometrics and they'll take you the passport. The next thing you're going to be needing is your international passport. Make sure you have 3 months validity on your passport and your passport is not older than 10 years and you have at least 2 empty pages on it. You also need your biometric residence permit, your BRP card, so to speak. The next thing you need is your letter of objection. If you're a student, it's basically like your term time letter, but like in my school, if you want to travel, you just go to student services and request for a letter to the embassy. So you tell them what country you're applying from, and they would like address the letter to the embassy of that country, stating that you're a student and you're allowed to travel during so and so time. But if you are not a student, if you're working, you need a letter from your employer stating that you are actually staff of the organization, and that you are entitled to annual leave during the period that you're going to be traveling. Just something from your employer to just show that you're working there and you can go for vacation and that you're going to be coming back to work. The next thing that you will need is financial proof. Financial proof of 3 months. So you need 3 months bank statements. For Spain, the amount they require is that you would have at least £96 per day for a person. This amount is for one person, times the number of days you're going to spend in the Schengen area. But usually they advise for a minimum of £860 per person. So you need to have at least £860 in your bank account as a final amount to show that you have money for your travel expenses into the Schengen area. Personally, I would say because they have asked for 860 doesn't mean you should just give 860. At least put up to £1,000 in your bank account and let the account show like inflow and outflow of cash. Your balance doesn't have to be 1,000 every month for the 3 months. Do you get? But let it show that the account is active and money is going in and coming out, going in and coming out. And finally, but as at the time of your application, you should have at least £1,000 balance in that account. If you're working, I would advise that you use your salary account, your account that would show that at least at the end of the month, your pay is going to come in. And even if you spend from it, whatever, at the end of the day, at the end of the 3rd month, there should be 1K inside. Another thing you'll be needing is a round trip air ticket to and fro. They need to know that you are going and you're coming back. Either you have a ticket or you have a reservation. Usually how you do that is you have to be willing to let go of some money to book for flights for the dates that you are traveling. It is usually advised that you book a reservation that you can cancel. Some airlines allow you to reserve for 24 hours. Then you can pay, I think, like £5 or £10. I think British Airways, you can pay £10 and reserve for 24 hours. But after 24 hours, the reservation is going to be cancelled. I think there are other airlines like that as well. You just need to find out. That is if you don't want to do the full booking. You can also book fully if you are sure that you're going to be traveling during those dates. Well, peradventure you do not get the visa, which is unlikely, then you can either reschedule the flights or you cancel and get your money back. Always make sure that you book a ticket that you can cancel or that you can make changes to. Very important, otherwise you lose money. Also, you need proof of accommodation. You can reserve accommodation without paying. Go on bookings.com and then put in the country or the particular city you're going, and you will see accommodation for whatever your budget is. Look for the accommodations that says that you can reserve and pay at the property, and then there is free cancellation. Some accommodation do not allow for free cancellation, but some would allow for free cancellation up until I think 24 or 48 hours before your booking commences. So always look out for free cancellation and probably pay at the property. And the next thing you'll be needing is a travel insurance. I did mine with CoverWise. CoverWise is under AXA travel insurance, and you can get a 1-year insurance for like 12-13 pounds. When I did mine, it was 13 pounds, but recently when I checked, I requested for a quote, I saw 12 pounds 45. So between 12 and 15 pounds thereabouts. I'm also going to give you a rundown on how you can do that later. Those are the documents that you need to apply for a Schengen visa. Now let's go right straight into the application process. So when you go to blspain.com, it will take you to this landing page where you will see all the regions listed. So since I am in the UK, I went to Europe and I clicked the UK. And from there, you will select your county of residence. So all the counties are listed here, and you would just scroll down and look for your own county. And since I stay in London, I had to select Greater London. And then it brings you to this page where the steps are listed. Let's go for step 1. Under step 1, we have the visa type. So listed here are the different kinds of visa you can apply for. And since we're going for the tourist visa, here is what is under the tourist visa. You'd find a checklist of all the documents you need and everything that is acceptable for this visa. And under visa fees, you would see the amount that you will be paying for this visa, which is £68.95. If you're applying for children, the price is £34.50. And for additional charges, the BLS Spain charges a service charge of £14.55, VAT inclusive. And the passports are compulsorily returned by delivery, and that costs £24.95. And there's also SMS notification charges, which is £1.95. And all these fees are non-refundable. Now let's look at the next tab, which is the photo specifications. The dimensions are listed here. And like I said earlier, it is better you do this at the BLS center. Just go there with an extra £10. The next tab is the processing time, which is 15 working days, but I got mine in 14 days though. Now let's have a look at the application form itself. On the first page of the form is where you fill in your personal data, details like your name, your surname, your place of birth, your country of birth, your nationality, your sex, marital status, and type of document that they would ask. Please select ordinary passport. And if you have any relative that is or family member that is an EU citizen, you would need to fill in the details of that person. And once you move over to the next page, page 2, you would find details about your travel. So you would have to fill in when you want to travel, the purpose of your travel, which in this case is tourism. And you also need to fill in who your employer is. If you're a student, please say you're a student and then include the details. And then you would have to state where you would be entering the Schengen area from, which obviously is the country you are applying from. If you're going to any other countries, you have to mention it as well. And for the number of entries, please select multiple entries. Multiple entries simply means that you can travel multiple times during the period of your approved visa. So for example, if it's 2 months, you can travel for multiple times during the 2 months. If it's single entry, that means you could travel only one time. And then go over to page 3 and sign, and that's all. So if we go back to the page we started from, we'll go to the second step, which is booking your biometric appointment. Once you open it, it will need you to accept this data protection information. Once you accept the first one, it will also tell you to accept via your email. So you do that and then it brings you back here. Click on the step 2 button again to book, and then it brings you here. As you can see, these are all the steps involved in the whole application process, which is first you have to register an account and then fill in the application form. And the next step would be to book your appointment. Fill and print out your visa application form and go with the appointment letter, the document checklist, and all the other documents to the visa application center. Now let's get right into the booking. This is just to verify that it's not a robot doing this, so you just need to click the boxes and confirm. Once you're verified, then you can go ahead to the next step, which is booking the appointment. Once you click OK, this dialog box will come up, and this is where you need to fill in the details for the appointment. So for the appointment category, let's select normal for now. And for the appointment, you would have to select whether it is individual or family. And then you go ahead to select your county. By selecting your county, it will now give you the appointment center that is closest to you. So after selecting Greater London for myself, it gave me the location as London. For the visa type, you need to select short-term visa, maximum stay of 90 days. And for the visa subtype, you would select tourist visa and submit. Ta-da! It says no appointment available. Guys, remember when I told you that this appointment thing is always a hassle? Now let's go back and try this again. But this time around, we're going to be choosing premium instead of normal service, okay? So we're going back now and we're back here. So appointment category, we're going to select premium. And for the rest, we'll select the same thing we selected before. And now let's see how this goes. See how that goes. Yes, it's going to visa submission address. Yes, so this is it. So here you would have to, fill in your appointment details and make payments for the premium visa. Now, did I mention that the premium visa is 75 whooping pounds? My God. Yes, so yes, that's the amount if you would like to go for the premium option. So here you would just select your appointment date. Let's choose one date, say 29th of February. And then once you click the time slot, it should show you all the times available. The times available are in green, by the way. The ones that are not available would be in red. Once you're done with that, just fill in the rest of the information and book your appointment. This is a price list of additional services offered by the Spain BLS. And if you're paying for the premium service, you would have access to the internet and photocopy, and you would also be allowed to print anything from their email. You just need to send the document to them and they would print it out for you. They will just render you extra help, by the way. Yeah. So this is a total of what I spent during my application, including the premium fee, and everything amounted to about £195.40. For the insurance, you go to coverwise.co.uk and it will take you to this page. Go to the right-hand side of the page where you have the quick quote and select annual multi-trip insurance covering Europe and the United Kingdom if that's where you're going. And for the policy start date, you select the dates that you want, and then you select the number of travelers and put in the traveler's age, and then click on get a quote. And that should bring you right through to this page where you would see the different kinds of insurance available. There is standard, there is bronze, silver, and gold. And the policy benefits for each of the categories are listed there. And if we select standard, it will bring us to this page where you have to just fill in these details. And as you can see, the price is £12.45 for this quote. And once you're done filling, click next and it should bring you to the payment page. Just fill in the details and make your payment, and voila, your travel insurance will be in your email. Lest I forget to mention, I was given 2 months on my Schengen visa from the date that I put to travel. Now that's pretty much the whole thing. As you can see, it's not like it's a rigorous process. So the application form is easy and straightforward. All you just need is information that you need to fill on the form. I would advise that, first of all, before you bother your head about looking for documents and all that, first of all, secure a date for your biometrics. That's the hardest part of this whole thing. So if you can book a biometrics appointment and you know you have a date, then before then you can now have time to, gather your documents and everything that you need to go for the biometrics. The application form, like you saw, is online. You just download it and fill it, print it out, and take it with you with the other documents to the biometrics center, where you would submit your application in person and do your biometrics. So now that's pretty much everything you need to know about applying for a Schengen visa, especially through Spain. That brings us to the end of this video. I hope that this video was able to give you insights and clarify some issues that you might have had concerning applying for a Schengen visa. Don't forget to like and share this video, and please drop your thoughts in the comment section. And if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Well, take good care of yourself until our next one. Ciao, ciao.